Yo, what's up, your boy Ghost here, and today I'm bringing you guys another comparison video between the PPSH and Welgun. And I wanted to make this comparison because if you guys have been in tune with Warzone and what's been happening, you would know that the PPSH right now, or Vanguard PPSH, is completely taking over the game. So allegedly it got secretly buffed, which I'm pretty sure people have already tested it to prove that it's true. And basically the secret buff made it to where it's essentially the fastest time to kill in the game. And the PPSH, bro, is just, at the moment, it's really busted. I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to say that it's broken, because I've been using it a certain way, and I'm pretty sure you can use it a couple other ways. But from where I've been using it, bro, I just know that it's really, really good. And the Welgun, on the other hand, is one of the guns that I've, essentially, for me, see as the best SMG in the game at the moment after the Season 2 update. And you can make an argument for the Omen gun and still and the MP40. But, you know, to have a gun like PPSH come out like this, you know, we had to talk about it, and that's why we're here. But before we get into the comparison, I want to say if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000, and every sub does greatly help. But yeah, with that being said, let's just get into the comparison. And here we have the recoil pattern for the PPSH. Now I gotta be honest, for the way I use PPSH, and a lot of people are using it at the moment, this actually doesn't matter. Because this class setup right here, as you guys see, and just in general, the way people are using the PPSH is through hip firing. Because for whatever reason, the class setup that I just showed you guys, like the way it's built, like it just kills stupid fast. And you don't have to aim in, you just straight up hip fire. Now, I did see True Game Data's video about the PPSH getting the secret buff and whatever. And, you know, he showed some class setups that, like, actually could be used normally. And to be honest, there's like a few ways you can build it. I'm not entirely sure what the specifics are on how to build this gun to get it to have the slight buff, because you can't just, like, the base PPSH won't have that slight buff. You have to build it a certain way for it to just have that secret buff, for it to just be the way it is right now. And one of those builds is this hipfire build, which I had a lot of fun using. I think about rocking. I probably am gonna try out like the other builds just to see like how it feels when I'm able to actually use it normal, because this class setup, bro, you cannot aim with it. Like, I don't aim with it, and when you're hip firing, like, at long range, it's kind of impossible to hit some shots. It's not 100% impossible. Yes, you can hit shots. PC players make it look crazy. But for me, as a pleb console player, like, you know, I can't go all out. There is cases where I get lucky, but I do miss a lot of shots because, granted, we are literally not aiming in. But when you get up close, bro, like, I honestly don't think there's an SMG that can beat it. I don't care anything about stats, but considering this has the fastest time to kill and the way how fast it kills, bro, like, I mean, this gun is just it. And I gotta be honest, bro, I personally don't even really understand how time to kill works. I don't understand any of that. I kind of just go off fire rate and damage and stuff like that. But time to kill, bro, I don't know what this means, but from what Jay got tweeted, he said that the way, if you build this the right way, you can have a sub 400 TTK. I don't know what that means, but considering that it kills really fast, I'm assuming that means that, like, it's just stupid. And some people have said that this gun is up there with one of the most broken guns of just all time in Warzone. I mean, personally, I kind of agree with that, because I'm literally sitting here hip fire. This reminds me of the Modern Warfare MP5. If you guys remember, when you build it a certain way, you could just straight up be a hip fire machine. And actually, funny enough, the Cold War MP5 as well had a build where if you built it a certain way, hipfire was insane. It's kind of funny, like, just every COD that they integrate Warzone with, like, there's always that one gun that has this stupid hipfire. And in this case, the PPSH is not so much the hipfire, it's just in general. Like, this gun, you build a certain way, it kills stupid fast. But for whatever reason, bro, people just been hopping on the hipfire wave, because again, I'm pretty sure you can build it in a way where it's literally a normal SMG. You don't have to just hipfire and it still be godly. I unfortunately have not tried it out. I'm going to get to that because I'm curious to see how it plays out when I'm actually using it normally instead of running around with the hipfire. I personally, I don't know, I feel like hipfire kind of messes me up, and, you know, I don't have the range aspect. But, you know, it's a really fun gun to use, and it's essentially a gun that, bro, you're literally winning everything. Granted, though, everyone's starting to use it, though, so, you know, it's a battle of PPSHs now. But anyways, man, with that being said, let's get into the Welgun and stats. And then we have the recoil pattern for the Welgun. Now, I gotta be honest, bro, since the PPSH is kind of like a unique case, considering how I'm using it, I'm a little bit thrown off by how to really go through this comparison, because obviously PPSH, yes, it's an SMG, but it's not being used like normally. I'm sitting here dead ass not aiming and just hit firing my way to greatness, which, you know, still good. But obviously, bro, when you hit fire, no matter how accurate it is at range, it's gonna be a lot less advantageous than, for example, a Welgun, which I'm able to aim in and be able to actually shoot properly, or not properly, just normal. But again, even if I was to use a normal PPSH class setup, I still think the Welgun would be just a lot easier to run. If you guys saw the literal base recoil pattern of the PPSH, that gun is literally kicking, and it's not really gonna change. You know, I could probably try, but I still think the Welgun will probably edge out the PPSH. But anyways, man, we're gonna move over to some stats. And for starters, this is actually a crazy stat. For fire rate, we have 952 RPM for the PPSH, whereas the Welgun has a 658 RPM. That is almost a 300 RPM difference in terms of fire rate, and that is just absurd how crazy that difference is. And the PPSH clearly an advantage at this fire rate, and one of the highest fire rates in the game in terms of SMGs, no matter what game it is. At 958 is very, very high. It's on level with the Cold War SMGs, which have pretty serious fire rates as well. But for a Vanguard SMG to have that and be able to kill really fast, like, listen, get on the PPSH train right now, because this gun is getting nerfed very, very soon. I would be surprised if it lasts this week. Like right now, this video goes up on Tuesday. I would be surprised if the PPSH survives like after Thursday, whenever they do their, like, you know, weekly updates. If this gun survives the weekly update, bro, then they're Raven, Activision, whoever, you know, is calling shots right now, they're faded, because this gun should not be left alone. This gun needs to be changed. Don't get me wrong, it's really fun. It's cool to have a PPSH meta, but shoot, sometimes, you know, it's a little OD, and in this case, the PPSH is a little bit OD. I say just tweak it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Make it a little bit, take longer to kill, because right now, man, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous how fast you can kill. But anyways, I'm moving over to the damage for these two guns. For starters, the PPSH for 0 to 11 meters, we have 46 damage to the head and neck, 33 to the chest and stomach, 30 to the upper leg and arm, and then 27 to the lower leg and arm. And then for the Welgun, we have from 0 to 15 meters, 53 damage to the head, 42 to the neck, 36 to the chest and stomach, 36 to just the chest, 32 to the stomach, and then 33 to the extremities. And crazy enough, bro, looking at these stats, the PPSH is not that far off from the Welgun. And even if this wasn't the case where the PPSH was like this crazy broken thing because of a mistake potentially, I still think PPSH would have a strong chance, or just a strong argument, to just outclass the Welgun even without this secret buff, because the stats, man, aren't that far off, and the fire rate in itself already is just crazy. So, you know, damage not being too far apart, it actually goes in favor for the PPSH. Like, although it is slightly weaker in some areas, it's still, like, if you think about the overall picture, bro, the PPSH got this in the bag. But anyways, moving over to the longer ranges for 11 to 14 meters, this is where PPSH is actually going to suffer a pretty tremendous damage drop off, and this is where the Welgun takes over. For 11 to 14 meters for PPSH, headshot damage is 33, and the neck is 33. They're 24 for the chest and stomach, 22 to the upper leg and arm, and then 20 to the lower leg and arm. And then for 15 to 20 meters for the Welgun, 46 damage to the head, 36 to the neck, 31 to the chest, 29 to the stomach and extremities. 14 meters and above for the PPSH, we have 27 to the head and neck, 20 to the chest and stomach, 18 to the upper leg and arm, 16 to the lower leg and arm. And then for 20 meters and above for the Welgun, 37 damage to the head, 30 to the neck, 25 to the chest, 23 to the stomach and extremities. So at close range, the PPSH competes, and I feel like, especially right now, it competes with every SMG. And no, not competes, better than every SMG at the moment. But then at range, and this, like, even with the stealth buff, like, it just falls off tremendously. Already, this gun isn't the most accurate SMG in the game. And especially if you hit fire, like, the range game is just gone. And medium range is still kind of a risk as well. So that's where the other SMGs have a chance. I think the Welgun is the best suited to compete with the PPSH at the moment. Actually, you could argue the Owen gun. I think the MP40 obviously still can, but I don't know. I think the Welgun is going to be your best chance at the moment to be able to counteract this just monstrosity of a gun, because my god. But thankfully, bro, this gun isn't an all-around threat. This is more so like a really close to like somewhat medium range. Like at certain medium ranges, it's gonna get kind of tough, and then longer range, obviously, it's not gonna be all there. It has little potential to, do things at long range, but for the average player, bro, they're not, so it shouldn't be that much of a threat. But don't sleep on this gun, bro. This gun, I'm pretty sure, is already tormenting you in your lobbies. So have fun while it lasts, because like I said, bro, this gun is definitely getting nerfed very, very soon. And right now, if I had to pick one over the other, I'm definitely picking PPSH. Not so because it's like just really fast and killing, but bro, it's just actually so fun to run around hip fire. I see people hip fire now. Like, it's actually so fun to just run around and just not aim and just like brainlessly play and kill people. It's really, really fun. But anyways, man, let me know what you guys think about this gun in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you guys later in the next one. Wow, I did not say that right, but I'm out. Peace.